Okay, friends, we're going to learn something new. And this is going to be kind of tricky because we're not in the classroom. Normally, in the classroom, if we were going to start talking about worms, I'll have you tell me everything you know about worms, and I write it down on the whiteboard. Okay, so I can't hear from you, so I'm going to have to just kind of tell you what what the circle time posters are going to look like. Okay, so what we used to do is like if I tell me about worms, you would tell me that they wiggle to move, they make holes in the dirt for the roots to grow. Okay, we've done that one before. Or when we talked about owls, you knew that they're a silent predator. They are in camouflage. They use their talons to hunt, and if they're eating, they regurgitate. Okay, these are all things that we worked with together in the classroom. This is going to be totally different. All right, so here's our circle time poster, right? Nothing's been created yet. I'm going to have to just tell you what it is. All right, and if you have any questions, you could ask your parents to email me or something. But let's get started on learning about the solar system. Okay, so in order to, to learn about the solar system, we're going to have to pretend to lift off into space. Okay, so here's a rocket, and a rocket does this. It launches. Okay, a rocket launches, and to get into orbit, we need lots of fuel. Okay, so let's talk about that. A rocket uses lots of fuel to go into orbit. Okay, that's kind of tricky. Normally I'd show you a video on how that works, but this time we can't. Maybe your parents or your family at home can show you a video of the space shuttle launching, and I can send a link to that at the end of this video for you guys to watch. It's really, really neat. But we need to talk about when we're in space. Okay, so what we're going to do is draw the Earth. Here's the Earth, and the Earth has lots of water, a lot of water, and some land where we live. Okay, so now here is our rocket using lots of fuel to go into orbit. Orbit means to go around, So I'm going to draw our rocket ship right here, and in order for us to go into orbit, we're going to have to think about falling. So if I take a baseball and I throw that baseball as hard as I can, it's only going to go right there. Okay? Now I'm going to take the ball and throw it even harder, and then it's going to go all the way around to almost over there. Okay? Then I'm going to take it and throw it as hard as I can, and throw it as hard as I can, and now it just keeps on falling around and around and around, and that's orbit. Okay? So instead of just playing baseball, there's our baseball diamond and the bases. You can throw a ball from here to first base. This is like throwing the ball from here to first base. And this is like throwing the ball from here all the way to the other side of the park. And here's the ball thrown all the way around to the other side of the city. And now we're going all the way around the Earth, and it just keeps on falling and falling and falling. And that's what this rocket is trying to do. Okay? So I'm sorry we can't look at any videos. I'm sorry we can't like really look into a story, and I can't hear what you guys are trying to say. So this is what orbit is. Orbit means something going around the Earth. It's falling around the Earth. Okay? And what it uses to fall with is gravity. And gravity keeps us down. If I jump up in the sky, I always gonna fall down because of gravity. All right. So let's bring this all together. I know I'm talking really fast, but you could watch the video again. Um, but we're gonna pretend that a rocket uses lots of fuel to use gravity to orbit. Okay. So why is that important? Well, the satellites orbit the Earth. That's how we got our TV stations and our cell phones to work. All right. The Earth orbits the sun. Okay, so we're going to talk about that this week too. But before we get to all the planets and to the sun and stars, we need to get into space. To get into space, we need a rocket using lots of fuel, which will use gravity to orbit. Okay? Um, look for the link of the space shuttle launching, and we will go into space.